Hey guys, welcome back to Chapters with Chan. I'm in a different place right now. I'm actually in my upstairs. Instead, I got shout out to Aaron and Kyle. Thank you for my new bookshelf. I also have my one downstairs still, but I thought it'd be fun to film here today instead. So I'm going to be talking today about my favorite thriller author, Ruth Ware. So this is a little shout out for her, a little spotlight. I have all 7 of her books. I'm going to talk to you about which one was my favorite to my least favorite, but we'll probably start with least favorite. And I'll also talk to you about her novella, but her novella is not included in my rating. So the least favorite, I gave it a 3.5. Goodreads gave it a 3.72 stars, is In a Dark, Dark Wood. So this book is about a woman who gets an invitation to go to a hen party, a bachelorette party, to a friend that she hasn't spoken to in years. Like, it's been years that she didn't even know she was getting married. There had been a falling out, and so she was very surprised to get it. She doesn't even know she's getting married too, but she decides to go ahead and go on this bachelorette trip. But it's a dark, dark wood, and it's a scary thriller book. So there's flashbacks between past and present as well. So that would be one of the things I really liked about it. I do like the dual timelines. So last book. The next book I have is The Death of Mrs. Westway. I did this one on audiobook. Again, it was good. This woman gets a notification that her grandma, as a relative, has died, and she's inherited all this money. But she knows that she actually hasn't, because she's not related to this woman. But she figures, why not try to go ahead and go see what happens. So she goes to collect her inheritance, only to find out that somehow she is connected to this family, because there's a picture of her mom in there as well. So like in where she's staying. So definitely was a good one. I gave it a 4-star. Goodreads gave it a 3.82. The next one going on the list is The Lying Game. I really liked this book. I gave it 4 stars. She goes back, she gets a text from a friend that says, I need you to come. So she takes her baby and she goes to this place where they all grew up, and they all have this secret they're hiding, and it's got a lot of things woven into it. It was really good. I do struggle sometimes when there's kids involved, and there is this with a baby in here. It does give me a little bit of anxiety, but it was a good book. You can tell there's like the netting on it, so it takes place on the coast. Next is The It Girl. This is her most recent book that she's written, and I did enjoy it. It was very good. I just had a pregnant woman in it, and pregnant women just give me so much anxiety in thrillers. I just find it to be so stressful. It's just I just wish she wasn't pregnant. But basically something happened. These kids in college, one of them found a friend dead, and they went to court. The main character of this book she did the lineup. She said that's the person who did it, and that person went to jail. He died in jail several years later. I think it's like 10 years later he died in jail, and now things are coming out that maybe that wasn't him. Reporters are looking into it. So she starts to think, wait, what did I miss? Did I put the wrong man in jail? So it all starts to unravel. I did like it, though. I did like it. My next favorite book is, and this one was I gave it 4 stars. It was a 3.89 on Goodreads. My third favorite of all of her books is One by One. One by One, it's got the Hunting Games vibes. If you have read any of the Lucy Foley's book, they've gone to it's like Twitter. Think of like Twitter for music, okay? And it's this retreat for these people who made this Twitter for music company, and they've all gone to the Alps, and they're going to be doing what is it called? I've been out. They're group learning. It's like a retreat but throw in some work, throw in some fun. So they're skiing, everything's going okay. And then someone goes missing on the slopes in the middle of an avalanche. So they think, oh my gosh, is this person dead? Some people go, there's 10 of them. Some people go to get help, while other people go and stay at the cabin, but there's no power, and then someone ends up dead in the cabin. So they realize there's a killer among them, and super, super stressful, but was really, really good. Even though the It Girl was Ruth Ware's last book, this is actually the last book that I have read by Ruth Ware. I started reading this when I was pregnant, I believe, and it really stressed me out because it had small children, and small children, it just gave me anxiety. So I read it with fresh eyes as a mom, but I read it with fresh eyes, and this ended up being like just blew my socks off. I'm not big into paranormal books. I'm not big into ghost books. So the whole time I was reading this, I'm like, is it a ghost? Is it a ghost? There's a nanny, and she goes and she starts taking care of these kids. The family, basically, the parents hire her, and then they just leave. They dip. They don't, bye, just head out. So she's left with these 3 kids, plus one that will be coming home soon. She's away at school. So it is stressful for her because she's trying to figure out how to take care of these kids. She's not using all of the correct information when she's never been a nanny before. She was using a friend's information to get the job. So there ends up being lots of twists and turns in this book that you would not expect. It was just, gosh, it was such a good book. You gotta read it, and then you gotta let me know what you thought. All right. And my favorite book, I've already talked to you about this before. My favorite book by Ruth Ware is The Woman in Cabin 10. It's just such a good book. It's really what fueled my love for Ruth Ware. Journalist goes on a trip. She has gotten this huge opportunity. It's like a cruise ship, kind of like more like a yacht. It's not really a cruise ship, but a yacht. And she gets to have this cool opportunity, and then she also has a drinking problem, so people don't necessarily take her seriously when she says, hey, I heard someone get thrown off the boat. And everyone the next day is accounted for. No one's missing. It's wild. This is a wild book. At the end, I was just like, oh my gosh, like how can I read it faster? So yeah, those are my favorite Ruth Ware books. I'm really excited about her book coming out in June. 0 days. It is, I'm sure, going to be great. I did not get an advanced reader copy. It's fine. I'm fine. But I am really excited. So I do need to pre-order it. I'm still holding out hope that maybe I'll get one. But we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you go and read some Ruth Ware. If you have read Ruth Ware, I'd love to know what your favorite is so far. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Make sure you like this video and you subscribe to my channel. See you later.